everybody, it's Kevin with Online Shopping My Way. Back with another video about this awesome Ion Audio Block Rocker Plus. If you haven't seen my previous videos about it, feel free to click in the right-hand corner of your screen and you'll see my 2.0 version of the overview of this machine. But today, I'm specifically going to be focusing on the karaoke feature of this machine. And I've gotten a few questions about it, and I've gone into detail about how to use it in the comments of my other videos, but I do want to dedicate one short video specifically to how to use this for karaoke use. Got a lot of families that are looking into buying this machine, some that already have it and have not actually used the karaoke feature or simply don't know how. So today we're going to go ahead and go right over that. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get some power to the machine. As you can tell here, that is going to be our power on button, so let's press and hold. There we go. All right, so our machine's now on, and you can see there that the Bluetooth just popped on because it's already connected. If you need to go ahead and connect your Bluetooth, there is your Bluetooth button if you haven't done that yet. So I'm going to press and hold that one right quick and turn that off so you can see what that looks like. Turn it back on or have it discover, you just press and hold again. Okay, so that's going to be searching. Let's go ahead and connect to our computer so that we can get live on Bluetooth. There we go. So now we're connected to our Block Rocker Plus. You guys can see that Bluetooth light has just come back on. So let's go ahead and get into the karaoke portion. As you can tell, our volume is on because you could hear it connecting, that kind of thing. I would recommend turning on this bass boost down here. It is amazing. Press and hold. I never do anything with it off because it just doesn't make any sense not to have it on. It's amazing. Again, if you guys have not seen my previous video, the 2.0 that I pointed out at the beginning of the video, please watch that if you're not familiar with the overview of this machine. That's a great video to get you familiar with it. But again, today we're focusing just on the karaoke portion. So we've got our included mic here, which as you can tell is turned to the off position. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that right in to the mic jack. There you go, boom. All right, so again, it's still off, so we're not gonna get any feedback from here or anything. So I'm just gonna leave that for a second and point out a couple things that we need to focus on. First off, I'm gonna recommend that the volume is up just a little bit. We'll turn it up toward where the black meets the gray here and just kind of leave it there for the purpose of testing our mic before we get started and connect to music and such as well. So as you can tell, our mic is all the way down. So we're gonna go ahead and turn our mic on, all right? So now our mic is live, but of course we're not gonna be able to hear anything because the gain is all the way down. So let's go ahead and put this around here. I'm gonna begin turning the mic gain up. Start there and test, 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 test. So you can hear it a little bit. Turn it up a little bit more. There we go. Test, 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 test. Now keep in mind our volume is down pretty low, so we're going to turn this up a little as well. And again, test, 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 test. All right. So now we're going to turn our music on. And what I may recommend is on whatever device that you are streaming from. This is very important. Whatever device you're actually streaming from, make sure that particular volume, whether it's a phone or MP3 player, make sure the volume on whatever you're streaming from is low, okay? So this volume controls just the volume from the Block Rocker Plus, which I'm gonna leave right about there. But keep in mind, you may blast your ears out if you don't turn down the volume when you first start testing on your streaming device. So I'm turning that down to maybe about 11% on the streaming device so that I can't blast our ears out or whatever. So turn this back up and again, test, 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 all right? So that's our mic volume. Now I'm gonna start playing a little bit of music from my streaming device so you can see what that sounds like. Okay, so you guys can hear that it's relatively low. Then we're gonna come over to our gain from the mic, right? I'm gonna turn this down all the way for now. We're gonna make sure that is on, and then we're gonna speak into the mic as the music's playing from our streaming device at a very low level, and then you'll hear my voice come up. Watch the gain, testing 1, Testing one, testing one, testing one, testing, test, test, test. So you can hear me pretty clearly in the microphone. I'm just going to turn up the master volume, which will control both of those. All right, so here we go, a little bit higher. Testing one, testing one, testing one, testing 1, 2, 3. Now, you can tell my voice is way over the music, so it's pretty safe now to go ahead and play around with the volume on the streaming device. Let's turn it up a little bit. Okay, you can still hear me pretty well over that music. This is a pretty good little mix of the music and my voice. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. So you can still hear me over the mic. If I really need to, I can turn myself up a little bit higher. I like to leave a little extra room. So let's go ahead and turn the music back down just a bit on the streaming device. There we go, a little lower. And then you can still hear my voice as well. So that music in the background, but I'm still louder than the music itself. Turn up about halfway, I become even louder, and the music stays in the perfect sync as it did before. So yeah, it's a good way for you guys to be able to play around with it. Again, turn that volume down. There we go, it's totally off. And then back on just a little bit. Okay, so that's how you guys can play with the sound and then gain down on the volume as I talk down, 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 lower, lower, lower. Okay, so the mic is essentially not picking that up until I turn it back up again, and there you go, you can hear me back through there. All right, and then again, master, we can turn everything back up. Right, and if I need the music a little bit louder, I'm back on the streaming device. Let's turn that up a little. Hear that? Much louder music, but my voice is still the same, so here we go. Testing one, test, test, test. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's going to do it for today. Anyone who is looking or questioning about how this can be used as a karaoke machine, there you go. It sounds really great. It's relatively easy to set up, and you can calibrate things ever so slightly between your streaming device and the Block Rocker Plus itself. So any questions, feel free to throw them right down in the comments. I'll get back with you. Really appreciate you guys' attention. If you did get value from this video, I'd really appreciate if you gave me a thumbs up. It won't cost you anything, but it will mean the world to me. And if you have not actually subscribed, please feel free to do that now. You can just hit that little subscribe button at the bottom right-hand corner of your video. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I am Kevin with Online Shopping My Way. We'll see you in the next video.